Hello, hi, this is Ray again. Would like to have a conversation with you today regarding, been thinking about the other day. I would like to bring to your attention the conversation about comparing a boxing match with real life situation. What I mean by that is this. You have 12 rounds in a boxing match, you have 12 months in a year, and with any businesses, everything is pretty much split up into 4 quarters, which means it's every 3 months there's a new quarter. Just like in every boxing match, every 3 rounds there's a new momentum. So when you're looking at a boxing match, I can't really just say um, that someone's gonna win on the first 3 rounds, because usually, just like in any business, after the second quarter, after the six rounds, is when you can basically gauge where the fight is going, because anything can happen. I mean, the fighter can pick up wind or lose wind, or if they get cut, just like business, your business can take a toll. Could have maybe damage to the property, maybe an employee or one of your accounts drops off, or gain the count. You never know. So in boxing, you train in boxing physically so that way you can build your endurance. Well, in business, how you do that is you market, like what I'm doing now. I'm basically just engaging with you to get a reaction, to know my market by bringing out these topics. And I'm training. I'm under training. Just like in boxing, you run, you shadow box, you hit the bags, you hit the weights, you spar, and all that stuff. Just like in business, you read on books, you go to seminars, you mentor, you market, you talk to people, you prospect business, you make appointments, whatever it is that you need to do. But a lot of times you put the two and two together. What you're really basing it on, whether it's business or whether it's life, it's what's in here. I always talk about what goes in the head, because what the head gets, that the heart understands, it comes out here. Everything, the end result comes out here on what you say, from what starts in here and what this understands. And so putting those two analogies together, having my own experience in boxing when I was younger, with just some friends, we put on the headgear, we put on the gloves, we put on a mouthpiece. Nothing major, because we just don't have the health insurance coverage to, if anything was to happen with us. We're not trying to knock each other out. But what we're trying to do is that we're trying to feel each other out, find out the strengths and the weakness points, and how to bob and weave, how to parry, what angles to take. And you do that in business. And that's why in business, having competition is really good. I never stay away from competition. And in fact, how are you going to know you're good unless you understand your competition, that you have competition? So competition is always healthy, especially a friendly competition where you're not out there to hurt each other, you're not out there to ruin each other's reputation, but you're just out there competing on who knows more. And a lot of times the people that compete in business, we're not necessarily competing who's the best. We're just basically competing on the effort, the reaction, and a lot of times we share what marketing idea or what prospect or what did you say, what angles did you take to get that client or whatnot. We do those things all the time, and that's why it's kind of amazing when you have someone who has a business idea and they want to keep it to themselves, which is fine and all, but don't think that, first of all, that you're the first one to come up with that idea. My friend KY and I were just talking about this morning is that, we thought that years ago, back in the early 2000s, that him and I, came up with the whole Facebook idea. I'm pretty sure that's been happening for a while back. We just happened to think about during those times when we have a discussion about it, and we're like, man, we had that idea years ago. We should have ran with it, and look at it now, this and this, whatever. But there's always an opportunity out there, as long as you have good intention and it's gonna benefit others. I think you can run with the idea, but in the business, it's just one of those things. Just like boxing. I mean, you can train, all year long, and you can even change up your sparring partner, just so that way you're flexible. If your opponent happens to be faster than you, if your opponent happens to be stronger than you, if your opponent happens to be even bigger than you in terms of size, in terms of reach, you want to be prepared that you have all the I would say the preparation to know how to defend yourself, or know how to go on an offensive attack, so that way you will win the match. Well, the same thing in business. You got to make sure that your competition, you know all the angles of your competition. Maybe there's a marketing plan that they're not doing that you can implement that they don't have. Especially today with with our modern technology and the internet and social media out there and all the information, you can Google everything. Right now, the gauge is this. If your search engine optimization is on top of Google, then that's what most people rely on, and that's true in business today. Gone are the days of even giving business cards anymore. I don't even do that anymore. I have my own business app that has all my information on there. If you want to know my my vlogs, if you want to know my links, if you want to know my presentation, what social media I'm in, all of those information, I use this company called CardTap. That's cardtap.com. Wonderful company. They specialize in, they even have mortgage tab, they have insurance tab, and it's an app that I've been using. And what's so great about this particular app is that you can have people that will share and refer you. Because I hate cold calling. I really hate it. I hate the whole salesmanship pushing and everything. I think in today's modern technology, with information readily available out there, people will do the research. You just got to be able to know which questions to ask that is important to them. That's going to make them decide, you know what? I didn't see what Ray was seeing, and so that question, I bring it to my attention. And especially now, there's a lot of people opening up their businesses because of the internet. It's readily available. The whole brick and mortar type of business, it's there, but only a few will stay. But now everything is pretty much virtual now. You can do e-commerce. You can basically do e-service or e-learning, or like what I'm doing is e-learning. I have my books on e-books. But everything is pretty much virtual now, to where information is a little bit more readily available. So you have to be a little bit more sharper and more up to date. And I'm just glad that social media is a cheap way of marketing today. And that's why I'm reaching out to you today with my vlogs. But anyways, going back to my conversation with you, is life or business, comparing it to a boxing match, where a boxing match you have 12 rounds. In business you have 12 months, and in every boxing match, every third round, momentum changes. Just like in business, every quarter, every 3 months, momentum changes as well. So when you're watching a boxing match, I don't usually go by the first 3 or 4 rounds. I wait until about 6 or 7, because I don't know about you, if you've ever been in a sparring match, after the 4th round, good luck if you can even feel your arms, or if you can lift your arms, because it is tiring. That's why I have tremendous respect for these boxers, because they stay in shape, they work on their endurance, just like in business. You want to be afloat, you got to make sure that your marketing plan is always on your game, on your point, that these people that you're prospecting on, that you're following up on, these deals that you're closing and whatnot. You always make sure that your numbers are there. So that way you can progress. And this is the fun part about it, is you're always learning. You're always learning. And competition, there's nothing better than friendly competition. Competition is good, because if you didn't have competition, how are you going to know you're doing good? There's no possible way. It's kind of like, how do you know that you're learning if you're not failing? So you have to fail. Sometimes I kind of test the waters, not all the time, but I do, because no one likes to fail. But if you fail, doesn't mean that you lost. It just means that you learned something else. Then you change your plan, and then you go from there. And with me, what I do is I kind of let you know what I've learned, and then I express that to you. If you already know, wonderful. That's why I'm always open to my vlogs for you to comment back on saying, hey Ray, you know what, this worked for me, or maybe you do this, try that, you know, and I suggest this. I love those. And by the way, I've been getting those as well, and I just thank you so much for your support and for watching this vlog. Again, my topic today, or my conversation with you today, is comparing a boxing match with business and life. The 12 and 12 rounds with 12 months. So with that being said, I'll catch you next time. May the Lord bless you, and aloha. Once again, this is Ray.